Hello all, happy Friday, welcome back to the channel. Before we get stuck into today's video, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who watched and subscribed yesterday and the day before on that Derby video. I'm not gonna dress it up. My channel is a small channel. I use it to vent and just talk about whatever I want to talk about with football, basically, as well as uploading some gigs that I go to and stuff like that. Predominantly talk about football. That video that I put up a couple of days ago has hit over 1,000 views, and I've now gone over the 100 subscriber mark as well. Now, okay, fine, hitting 1,000 views and going over 100 subs to most channels is not a big deal, but to me, that is unbelievable. I wanted to say thank you all so much. I've been refreshing my YouTube analytics app, watching the view count go up and up and up, and I'm just can't believe it. So yeah, thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. The comments have been great on the video. I've been talking to a few Derby fans on there about what they expect for the season. There's a lot of optimism around there. So yeah, thank you all so much. I appreciate it massively, and you've put a massive smile on my face going into the weekend. So cheers. Moving on to today's video, the subject of today's video, there's a very big match that's happening at Wembley Stadium this weekend. Notts County versus Chesterfield in the the National League playoff final. Now, this is obviously huge. Two really big clubs at that level, especially Notts County, who are a huge team. I think they've been averaging crowds of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,000. I think they broke the non-league record for the biggest ever attendance this season as well, 17,000, something like that. It's a huge match, and it's one that I wanted to have a little look into because Notts County especially have been involved in, without exaggeration, probably the closest title race potentially ever in English football this season. If those of you don't know, Wrexham pipped them to it. Wrexham, backed by Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds, aka Deadpool, and the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Obviously, huge backing. They went out and signed League One / lower Championship players, and they only just pipped Notts County to the league title. Now, if you don't know, the National League, only one team gets promoted out of 24, and then the rest go into a playoff. I think it's 2nd through to 8th go into a playoff. There's a playoff eliminator between 7th and 8th, I believe it is, and then there's the playoffs. Notts County finished with 107 points this season and finished 2nd. The most brutal league in England, without a doubt. Over a 46 game season, they won 32 times, drew 11 times, and only lost 3 times. They got 107 points, scored 117 goals, and conceded only 42. All of which were they scored more than Wrexham and conceded less than Wrexham, but still finished 4 points below him. So absolutely brutal. And I wanted to dig a little bit more into Notts County and their story today. Like I say, this is taking nothing away from Chesterfield whatsoever, because they're still a very big club at that level as well. They were relegated from the Football League in the 2017-18 season. Notts County relegated from the Football League in the 18-19 season. But like I say, just before we get into Notts County, by the way, Chesterfield also had an extremely strong season. Read out their stats as well. They got 84 points. They won 25 times, lost 9 and drew 12. Drew 9, lost 12. And they still scored 81 goals in 46 games. So they're no mugs whatsoever. But yeah, like I say, this video I want to do a little bit of a deep dive into Notts County and see why exactly they are so promising and why most neutral fans want them to win at Wembley against Chesterfield in the playoffs this weekend. Have a look at a few of their key players over the season. They've been absolutely superb this season. I mean, if you're going to get 107 points, you need a stone-strong side, a really strong side. But these in particular, Matt Palmer, Carl Cameron, Adam Chickson, Ruben Rodriguez, who had a brilliant season, but in particular Macaulay Langstaff, who broke the non-league record for the most amount of goals scored in one season. He got 41 goals in 45 games. I mean, everywhere you look, they broke records, they impressed neutrals, their fans absolutely adore the team, and their manager as well. The manager is something that I wanted to take a little look into because he was appointed in June 2022, so just under a year ago, and he has set the National League on fire. He is, without a doubt, going to be one of the most exciting young English managers in the last couple of years, despite the level he's managing at the moment. And I can tell you one thing now: if Notts County don't get promoted, he will not be in non-league for much longer. I think he turned down an approach from Portsmouth earlier on this season to become their manager. He felt the time wasn't right. His name is Luke Williams. He's a 41-year-old English manager. And he was Russell Martin's assistant manager at Swansea, and also he had a stint at head coach at Swindon as well. But this team at Notts County and this managerial stint he's having here has made so many people sit up and take notice of him. Just wanted to go a little bit into Notts County's playing style, the formation that he chooses, because it's like nothing you've never seen at non-league level before. I'm going to put up on the screen now his formations that he's chosen to play with this season. And as you can see, he goes for a 3-4-2-1. Over half of the games he's gone for that formation, and that's kind of what they've based a lot of their success on. As you can see, 12% 3-5-1-1, 10% 3-5-2, and then there's a few others that he's meddled about within there as well. But predominantly, he prefers three at the back with wing-backs, and then two sort of roaming playmakers behind Macaulay Langstaff. They also have a guy called, you'll have to excuse the first names, it's Kedwin Scott. He's also a striker that they signed from Gateshead, but Macaulay Langstaff is the striker that they went for, and everything leads to him. Like I say, the style of football that they've gone for in non-league as well. So let's not beat around the bush here. The quality of players that he is deciding to play this style with, they're not sort of like Pep at City style, kind of thing where you can play with inverted wing backs and trequartistas and all this stuff that they do higher up the leagues. Luke Williams is doing it with non-league footballers, and it is absolutely unbelievable. If you try and watch them play or have a look at their, some of their highlights from this season, they pushed Wrexham very, very close. Their style of play is very interesting. He likes his centre-backs to step up into midfield and carry the ball. In particular, if you watch them play, you can see that Carl Cameron's very, very comfortable at doing that. They're two attacking midfielders in behind Macaulay Langstaff. They usually play with John Bostock and Ruben Rodriguez. John Bostock, for all you Spurs fans out there, was the 15-year-old that we poached off of Crystal Palace when he was a kid, and he never got a look in. And he has been brilliant at Notts County this season alongside Ruben Rodriguez. They obviously push very, very high up with the wing backs as well, just unbelievable. And yeah, it is really interesting to watch. So he likes his midfielders to get their foot on the ball, dictate the play, get it forward as quickly as possible and set up the chances for Macaulay Langstaff. So yeah, it's a really, really interesting style of play, and I think it would be absolutely tragic if Notts County don't get promoted after the season that they've had. They got pushed so close against Boreham Wood in the playoff semi-final. They were 2-0 down at half-time. Took it somehow into extra time with 2 goals in the second half, and then in the 121st minute, the ex-Coventry forward / midfielder Jody Jones smashed one top bins, and they just made it. They've got a massive following. The county ground is not the county ground, but their stadium off the top of their head. I've been there a couple of times this season as well with my friend, but I can't remember the name of their stadium, so you'll have to forgive me for that. I'm going to get murdered in the comments for that. But they have brilliant followings, home and away, especially in non-league. I think they've sold 20,000 tickets for Wembley as well on for this playoff final. So I just really hope they do it. And it's a really exciting time to be a Notts County fan. So let me know your thoughts on sort of like what you expect from the game. Surely they can't have come all this way to fail at the final hurdle. It'll be so brutal if they don't do it. But like I say, Chesterfield are also a very good side. They finished third. So let's see what happens. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks again so much for all the support on the videos. And we'll check back in with you next week, maybe over the weekend, and we'll see what happens. All right. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks again. See you later. Bye.